Concerned about caring for an aging parent? We've got 12 steps to consider. That's today's episode.
Welcome to another episode of Millstone River Live, a podcast brought to you by Millstone River Wealth Management.
Caring for aging parents can be a difficult planning aspect to balance. And if you are among the sandwich generation, it's even harder as you try to support an aging parent as well as your own children. Today, individuals are living longer than before, so we think it's better to be prepared. And that's today's topic on Millstone River Live. 12 steps that might help you form a checklist of things that you might want to consider doing. Let's jump in. The first step, and often the most challenging step, is to find out what your parent needs or expects from you. It's having the conversation. It's always best to have that conversation before any crisis occurs. And keep in mind that your parents may resist discussing the topic at first. That doesn't mean you shouldn't bring it up. They've lived a long time without much assistance from you, and the transition to accepting your new role in their life may be bumpy. Understanding and respecting your parents' wishes will go a long way towards smoothing the process. How will your parents deal with incapacity, the fear of becoming dependent, or the reluctance to burden you with their needs? Second step, gathering information and documents. We suggest creating a list of emergency contact numbers, including medical providers, their religious leader, neighbors, friends, and financial, tax, and legal advisors. You should also gather copies of legal documents, funeral plans if they have them, medical records, and relevant medication information. Keep a list of investment, bank, and insurance accounts, along with contact people to reach with questions. Also, the location of a safe deposit box, real estate deeds, and automobile titles. You might find it helpful to save all this information on a flash drive or a cloud storage system so that it's readily available when you need it. Number 3, evaluating your parents' situation. It may be difficult for you to evaluate your parents' mental and physical capabilities or to locate community services to support their independence. If that's the case, a geriatric care manager can be indispensable, particularly if you live some distance away. This person can perform an in-home assessment, determine your parents' housing needs, and recommend a plan of action. Your parents' doctor can be able to refer you to a qualified geriatric care manager if you need to. Number 4, can your parent remain at home? It's a big question, and it's a difficult one to answer for many people. Just because your parent can no longer care for their home doesn't necessarily mean they need to move out. In fact, staying in one's home may offer better support and social networks than moving in with children or other family members. If your parent can stay safely alone, you may want to divide the household chores among other family members or hire someone to provide housekeeping or cooking or personal care services. And here are a few other considerations. Find out whether Meals on Wheels America is available in their area. This organization's volunteers deliver meals to seniors who can no longer cook for themselves, and it could ease the burden. Look into modifying the home based on their physical limitations. This could be something like making a light switch more accessible or installing a handrail in a place like a bathroom. Installing a security system to summon emergency personnel when necessary, that's not so difficult or expensive anymore. Call the local police department and find out whether they offer a program to check on elderly residents. Many do. And if not, churches often have a volunteer group dedicated to checking in on older parishioners. And posting important phone numbers that's easily findable with contact numbers for you, emergency services, and your parent's doctor. Having that prominently located will be helpful and put their mind at ease. As your parent grows older, an assisted living facility or a retirement community may be a better solution than living at home. And such residences provide additional benefits such as transportation, access to medical care, and a richer social life. Number 5, can your parent move in with family? Another solution is moving mom or dad into your home or that home of another family member. This too is a big decision. It may not be best for everyone involved. So ask yourself, will living together put stress on your relationship with your parent or the relationship with other family members? Can you afford to remodel your home or provide a comfort and private environment for them? Do they have the flexibility to provide transportation as needed? Will other family members step in to help, both financially and physically? And will other family members share the cost of adult daycare should that be needed? Number 6, can your parent continue to drive? If your parent is older than 75, takes medications, or both, their ability to drive a car may be impaired. Of course, it's difficult to know when older drivers have become a danger to themselves or others. Give your parents, friends, and neighbors your contact information and ask them to make you aware of any changes that they might observe in your parents' driving skills. Or you can suggest that your parent accompany you for grocery shopping and other errands rather than driving alone. Many communities offer driver's education courses that teach best practices for seniors. Such examples would be limiting drive time to daylight hours and good weather conditions, or avoiding highway and high traffic situations. Keep in mind, though, this may be a sensitive topic for them. Many seniors view driving as essential to their independence, and they'll resist giving up the car keys. For help approaching the conversation, I'd like to offer a resource. The NIH National Institute on Aging has a website specifically for older drivers, and you might find their information helpful. nia.nih.gov/health/older-drivers. My 7th consideration is financial and legal issues. As we age, we lose mental alertness. Due dates for bills pass, insurance policies may lapse, and poor financial decisions can be made. Your elderly parent will likely need assistance with financial, legal, and medical matters. Number 8, banking. Most banks offer automatic bill payment services from checking and savings accounts, and it's a convenient option if your parent is internet savvy. Or your parent can give you responsibility for their finances by having bills and financial statements sent to you. You might consider a bill pay service, which receives a copy of invoices and then requests your parent's bank or financial institution to send checks directly to those payees. 9 is investments and insurance. If day-to-day management of your parents' finances is too much for you to handle, talk to your financial advisor. They can usually recommend products that provide income on a regular basis, such as managed retirement income portfolios, annuities, or bonds. Your financial advisor can also propose cash management solutions that allow parents' monthly Social Security, retirement plan, and annuity payments to be deposited automatically into an account, and you can typically access these funds through a variety of means when money is needed. Also, review your parents' existing life and long-term care insurance coverages and make any changes that you deem are appropriate. Number 10, legal concerns. An elder law attorney can help you prepare documents to manage your parents' health care and financial affairs. In fact, many states provide free legal services for the elderly, and your parent may wish to seek an attorney's help in areas like appointing a health care representative, or understanding the process for qualifying for government programs such as Medicaid or veterans benefits, maybe reviewing and updating estate planning documents including a will, a durable power of attorney, or a revocable trust. In addition, we suggest basic estate planning things such as drafting a letter outlining who should receive personal effects like jewelry and family heirlooms. These things will save a lot of stress later. Number 11, what about taking care of yourself? Although caring for an elderly parent can feel overwhelming at times, you're not alone. Many local and national groups are available to support you in providing the care and services your parent may need. To get started, here's a resource you might find helpful. The U.S. Administration on Aging's Elder Care Locator can be found online at eldercare.acl.gov or by phone at 800-677-1116. At your workplace, talk with a member of the Human Resources staff to find out whether you're eligible for unpaid leave under the Family and Medical Leave Act, and ask about the availability of an employee assistance program. EAPs are intended to help employees deal with personal problems, including concerns about aging parents that might adversely affect their performance at work, their health, and their overall well-being. Finally, seek the help of your financial advisor. In addition to reviewing whether your parents' resources are sufficient to pay for care, they can help you determine how to balance your own goals with those of your parent. And number 12, additional online resources. We like to use this podcast as a platform to provide information. Here are 4 websites you might visit for more helpful information. elderlawanswers.com. The National Association for Home Care and Hospice is at nahc.org. MyMedicareMatters.org. And the State Health Insurance Assistance Programs is at shiptacenter.org. We genuinely hope that this podcast opened your eyes and your mind to some considerations when it comes to caring for your parent, and that it helps you to provide the resources necessary to fill out that checklist and make sure that everything you can do for peace of mind is attended to. We always welcome your questions or your calls and hope that you found not only this information helpful, but that you might pass it on to those who you think might benefit from listening. Thanks for joining us today. We'll catch you on the next episode of Millstone River Live.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Millstone River Live. Feel free to share it with someone you think might benefit. Millstone River Wealth Management is an independent wealth management firm based in New Jersey. We form a supportive partnership with our clients and help with financial education and planning. We welcome your feedback. Send comments or questions to podcast@millstone-river.com. More information about our firm can be found online at millstone-river.com. Thanks for listening.